Hello trader, my name is Sabrina and you're on my YouTube channel. I know that you'd like to make incredible things on the stock market, but what if you don't have a big screen in front of your eyes and only small screen like phone or something like this? But today I'll make a solution for you. Today I'll show a strategy when you don't need a big screen, computer or laptop in front of your eyes. You can use any device in any point of the world. So watch this video till the end, and also I'll give you a lot of useful information about indicators and my private strategies. Here we are on the same site as usual, and here the currency pairs for today are picked up. Our balance for today is $1,500 and the time frame will be 5 minutes for the first deal, I think. And the amount of transactions is $100. On this currency pair, I'll open a deal to increase the price, since according to the Gator indicator, we observe the intersection of its lines. And if we see continue them, we will notice that the green one will cross all the others. Also, all the lines are directed upwards and also indicate the increase in the price. According to the RSI indicator, we also see that it's a mean position, but its end is also directed upwards. So respectively the chart will grow only. And while our deal is going on, I want to tell you about the Gator indicator dynamics, because probably it's one of the most popular indicators, and a lot of beginners asked me about it, how to use it, and others. So the Gator technical indicator is a combination of balanced lines, moving averages using fractal geometry and non-linear dynamics. His blue line is the alligator's jaw, is the balance line of the time period that was used to plot the graph. 13 period smooth moving averages, moving 8 barred in the future. His red line, also called alligator teeth, is the balance line for a significant time period in order to magnitude lower. 8 period moving averages shifted 5 bars into the future. And the green line, the indicator ellipse, is the balance line for significant time period that is one of the magnitude lower. A 5 period moving averages shifted by 3 bars into the future. The lips, teeth, and jaw of the alligator shows interaction of equal time periods. Seeing the trend of the market can be definitely identified only for 15 or 30% of the time. It's necessary to follow the trend and not work in market that changes only within certain price periods. When the jaws, teeth, and lips are closed and entwined, the alligator is going to sleep or is already asleep. When he sleeps, his hunger increases. The longer he sleeps, the hungrier he will be when he wakes up. When he wakes up, the first thing he does is open his mouth and start yowling. When he begins to smell food and begins to hunt for it. When he gets full, he loses interest in food, that is, in the price. The balance lines coverage at the point. This is the time to fix our profit. Well, now we're in more detail in practice. Here earlier, when I explained why we open a deal like this, we observed such a picture converge at the point. Its lines are intertwined by a clear tendency that they are directed upwards, respectively the graph will grow upwards. We also see that there is a green line at the top also. Earlier we could observe such a picture. Here all his lines diverge. Here is a green line at the top. We observed such a picture. On the top here would be a blue line. This indicates that the graph will go down. And when we observe the interweaving of each line, for example here or as now, it's better not to open such moments of the transaction because it's too difficult to predict in which direction the chart will move. But in such cases, the oscillator helps us, so the risk is minimal. It seems that I explained everything in sufficient detail. It remains only to wait for the end of our transaction. And the deal is closed in plus and the profit is $183. And we're moving on to the next currency pair. An excellent currency pair. We have a time frame of up to 4 minutes, I think, and open a deal to increase the price. According to the alligator indicator, we observe such a situation. The lines are directed upwards and the green line is at the top. All this is in place tells us that the graph will go up. And we also see that the lines are not going to intersect. Also, according to the RSI indicator, we can see that there is it's in the middle area, and now it's making a decision. But I know that it will return up, and perhaps it has already turned up. It's not visible on the screenshot, but you will see it later. Let's take a closer look at this indicator. The RSI indicator is one of the main oscillators of technical analysis, and this tool helps to track the dynamics of price changes relative to its previous values. The RSI indicator makes it possible to identify the points of overbought and oversold markets, when the price should turn around and give rise to a new trend. As I mentioned earlier, the indicator is an oscillator. This type of tools was developed specifically for sideways movement, where they show how much the price was deviated from the average values, or how fast it's moving, predicting traders or a high probability of a reversal in the opposite direction. The tool is available on the most trading platforms. There is no need to download anything, just press a few buttons and the indicator will appear on the chart. And now let's show in practice how to use it. Now I am highlighting the overbought area for you and then the oversold area. Now we are observing the most common situation when our indicator doesn't cross any area but simply moves inside. At such a moment, the indicator often repeats the movement of the chart. That is where the indicator moves, the chart also moves. If our indicator is growing, as in this case, the chart will go up accordingly. If the indicator moves down, the chart will grow down. But when we observe a situation like here, here is not a very good example because it moves in a particularly even direction. But when we observe a breakout of one of the area, for example, oversold, for some time it will move down, but sooner or later we will be a price pullback. After that, the indicator and the chart always want to return in the middle area, preferably somewhere between the oversold and overbought areas. Accordingly, it's at this moment that is the most profitable to open, because not, but also at the highest probability that the price will go up. This also works in the opposite direction when the indicator breaks through the overbought area. Everything works exactly the same. There is a price pullback, then the price moves down. At such moments, it's the most profitable to open deals to lower the price. And now we're going back to our deal and waiting for the end. So trader, our deal is closed again in plus, of course, and our profit is $185. It's time to consolidate our result and of the final currency pair. For the final example, I will reduce the time frame to 1 minute only, because it's enough for me, and open a deal for price increases. And now we're witnessing such a situation. The RSI indicator shows its upward direction, which means the chart will grow. Absolutely. We have already learned this. According to the alligator indicator, we see that it's starting to move up. Its lines are about to intersect, and the green line will appear on top. That is, we are already working ahead in this situation. And the last deal is also a plus, which is predictable, and the profit is $183. And I want to remind you that you can write me in anytime the code word plus VIP, and then you will get not only this strategy tutorial and other strategies, and also you can ask me all the questions you want. You can even here ask me all the questions you want, but I prefer chatting in the Telegram chat. Thank you all for watching. Bye.